Get on before we get started. You guys ready for tomorrow? It's gonna be an interesting one.
Yes, sir. We're excited. We got some not great news this morning, but
Why? What happened?
All
our
good.
our quarterback fucked his ankle up. He's probably done for the year.
Uh-oh. Right,
Ooh,
right before the game.
I know, Jagoff playing basketball, but it'll be probably 5 or 6 weeks, but we'll
I
be
was
all right.
playing, and I was looking forward to you guys out there playing because you guys have been
I don't
surprising
want
a
to
lot
say it
of
on the
people.
podcast like in front of everybody because I don't want
Yeah,
to chat, but
that sucks. That's
That's
unfortunate.
that's some breaking news right there for Rec.
we'll be all
That,
right.
oh man, who knows what's gonna happen then?
We'll be all right.
Well, I think a lot of people still, you guys are still pretty new, so I think a lot of people are excited to see. I know a lot of people are talking about going to watch the Rec games in general.
Yeah,
So I think we're gonna have a pretty good turnout in the morning in Melrose.
yeah.
Um, we're gonna get this kicked off. We're gonna get this going in just a sec. We're gonna kick off with our intro, and then we're gonna get right into things, and then we're gonna go from there. All right.
Feel it coming in the air. Feel it coming in the air. Hear the screams from everywhere.
All right, welcome everyone. We are live for this episode of the Comish podcast, Saturday Night Live. We got some rec guy. We got Sammy on for rec. We got Jason on from comp. But some other guys may pop in here and there depending on work schedules. It's something a little different edition we're doing this week, just due to a busy week, and then kicking off into our All Star Elite Sunday. Uh, Quote, first of all, both of you, congratulations for making the in-season tournament. I know that it's something new that we're trying. Everyone in the show right now, Jeremy included, you guys made it in. So it's definitely exciting to see what we're going into and how everyone's going to treat this. I know that it's 35 years of flag football for Chicago with us in general. And so we're just keep changing the game and keep advancing it. Let's start off with you, Sammy and Rack. What's your guys' input on this in-season tournament going into it, uh, being a new team?
Yeah, no, we think it's really, really cool to be completely honest with you. Brand new team. We were supposed to start this. Most of our guys are like 19 and 20 years old. So we were supposed to start this a year or two from now. Ended up landing a couple guys that wanted to play. So we're like, screw it, we'll start a little early. Didn't really know what to expect. So when we saw that there was an in season tournament, we're like, oh, that's cool. But we didn't really have the plans to be there. Fortunately, first couple weeks, according to everybody, we're the luckiest team in the history of flag football. So hopefully we keep getting lucky. Hopefully we keep getting calls. And we're just glad to be playing it. I know there's some good teams. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know about lucky. Maybe some have thought lucky. I thought you guys have been playing pretty well. Your quarterback has definitely opened up some people's eyes out there.
For sure.
I keep telling you guys are a young but still veteranish type team because you got a lot of people who have played before and people who are running your team that kind of know the game of flag football. So surprising enough, you don't surprise a lot of teams that kind of know the history of Rumple Pigs, but you do surprise some of the guys who just are brand new.
For sure. Yeah. I mean,
That's
if we went into it with a bunch of young guys, I think it would take a little bit longer, the learning curve. But
yeah.
my dad was the center for the Rumple Pigs for 15, 20 years. Neil, I know you guys know Neil. He was obviously the quarterback. We got a couple of the other guys too that.
Yeah, I played with Neil.
Oh, there you go. So Johnny Cologne and those guys. So they obviously installed their offense, their defense with a bunch of young guys, and we're still putting it together. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we're fortunate to have those guys for sure.
How about you guys coming out of this in tournament or in season tournament and surprising some people? I know Jokers are kind of the mean favorite here, but you guys have definitely surprised a lot of people. So I think you guys are gonna again surprise people this weekend and have a good run.
I hope so, man. I see the Joker's.
And we got beef
the
now, bro.
Joker's put up 30 every week, so we'll see. We just got to try to slow them down a little bit, keep people in the game. Not that we're getting ahead of that first game. The first game is going to be very difficult too, but our defense has kept us in games, and really, if they keep us in games late in the game, we'll see what happens, and hopefully the ball bounces our way like it has been. So.
Kendrick, I don't know if you're just popping again. We're talking about how you guys feel going into the in-season tournament, being the first year we're doing this, and just how like your team is looking at going into it. We started off with Rack. We got Sammy. Now we're like, since you're here, let's talk Rack as well. What is your opinion with your team and your thought process going into this in-season tournament?
I mean, I think I think I said it before. The format itself is probably one of the best things that you added, especially including a rec in it. So everybody's excited, especially being like the rec being larger, 12 teams. One thing we talked about, like my team, we know we've been kind of moving. We talk a lot of shit. We move fast. We play hard. So we know like a lot of teams, every team that we come across they're going to try to give us everything they got. So like we know that like we have this target on our back because a lot of people consider us favorites. Like it's even if people who's not in rec like comp elite, they say Joker's coming out of it. So I think going into it, we know it's not going to be easy. Obviously we don't back down to nothing. So like I still have a good feeling. Our long time militia rivalry thing that Alex and Frank got going. So we know that militia plays us like twice as hard as any team, not to take away from any other team, but it usually gets a little personal sometimes. So I don't know, man. We at the end of the day, we ready. We excited. Like they've been talking about this crap the last 2 weeks, basically. So we just been game planning and we're gonna try to execute, man. Do what we do.
No, I definitely. Let's kick off. Jason, what's your kind of perspective with your team going into this? Being a team that's been in the league, you guys have been to the semifinals and championships multiple times in your guys' history. Being a team that's been, in that fight, what is your guys' perspective going into this new kind of tournament during the season, mentality?
I think we all really like it because with the spring season, it's a long season. You're kind of getting back in the swing of things. So around the middle of the season, you can kind of get complacent. But with the mid-season tournament, it doesn't allow for that because now you're playing the most important ball you're going to play until the playoffs. So it just makes like those first 4 games and then the in-season tournament that much more important. And there's like you can't take any time off. You can't like kick back and relax like if you have a good record because you got something to play for still. Like you're not comfortable at the top.
So it's keeping people competitive, and that's like the one thing that we really was aiming for with this in-season tournament is keeping it competitive, and I think that has done it because those first 4 games of the season around the board and all levels, those games have been competitive. I know the Jokers have put up some numbers, but it's no easy route for them going into this tournament. You got Metal Militia who they've already played already, and then you got potentially Wild Boys or Rumple Pigs, as well as you guys. You guys are going into teams that you guys have already seen a bunch of times in the past years.
Right.
Is there any specific game plan you guys are going at, knowing that like, hey, the Warriors do this, the Dirty Birds do this, the Death Row does this? Like, what's your guys' mindset after seeing these teams so much?
I mean, we're pretty familiar with Death Row at this point. They have a lot of guys that have played with us before. We've played them a bunch of times, so and then they go to tournaments too. So we kind of know how they roll. We know who their guys are, and we have in our mind what we think we can attack. And we just played them like 3 weeks ago, so we have that in the back of our head. And we honestly believe that was a closer game than it should have been. I think it was 12-6. So we're trying to make that right. Like we want to, we're just focused on Death Row until we beat them at this point.
That's a good mentality. I know Jeremy, 4TF going into this. I know you guys have been the talk of elite right now on the shit talking page and all kind of all over, the Wolf Pack. But what is your guys' mindset? I know you guys been kind of silent on some stuff.
Well, there's really nothing really to talk about right now. We kind of know our goal and what we have to do. There's still a lot of season left. And we have a tournament coming up in Vegas coming up as well. So we kind of have a lot of things that are on our plate right now. We're taking it one game at a time, one step at a time, and just seeing where we sit at the end of the day. Yeah, there's been a lot of talking, not really from us. We're kind of keeping it quiet because we know exactly how this goes. I've said it from the very beginning. It's anybody's game. And that's how it's going to be for the rest of Northfield Elite. So but I feel good. I feel really good after the couple weeks that we've had. I feel real confident. So we'll see what happens. Some tough teams.
All right.
Tough teams.
Well, let's kick off talking about these games, these matchups that we're going to see, because we're going to be live all day tomorrow. Hopefully the weather is going to hold out. I've seen some shift in that rain, which is what we're kind of hoping for. Today was supposed to be what tomorrow was supposed to be, got moved up. So I'm hoping that the rain does hold out, allows us to do all the things that we want to accomplish and have all of our festivities out there. I hope that doesn't kind of put a bummer on some things. But some of the things we're talking about is that rec matchups right in the beginning of the day. We're going to talk about that Jokers versus Metal Militia game that, I feel like that's a game to kick off the tournament with, especially the day. I mean, we're looking into it, that's kind of a rivalry game a little bit. Would you say so?
100%. I played with Militia since I came into the league. So I know like I was on the other end of it. Like I was actually I used to be the one talking shit to Alex. So I know how it gets playing them, and now I know how it gets playing against Militia. So it all comes with a lot of history, to be honest. From us playing each other in playoffs to these regular season games, we played probably at least 6 times since, and every time it can get pretty entertaining. But like I just said this before, man, like Militia plays us harder than any team. I know when people show up, they show up to play, but when you kind of, going up against a rivalry, y'all know how it can be. You come in with a different type of energy. So we know that they're trying to figure, they think they got us figure out. They think they know our weaknesses. They think they know what we're going to do. And kind of like vice versa. Like we know how we come in. Sometimes we're gonna let them know what we're gonna do, and we're just gonna execute it. So, I don't know, man. It's like doing all this talking. Let's just fast forward, man. Rain, sun, whatever, bro. We just gonna show up at 8 a.m. and get this thing jumping.
No, man, it's definitely good. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be tuning in 8 a.m. Thing is, there's not a lot of football going on. Everyone is off in the league. We're all focused on right there that rec games, and I think that's what also makes this in-season tournament a little bit more special. Is that all eyes are on you guys, because following your guys' game, you got the All-Star game, so you know that people are going to come in early. They're going to hang around. They're going to watch those games. And then they're going to get ready for comp. That's going to be following there right there. So some of these comp teams may be first seeing some of these rec teams that may be popping up at their back door, come next season.
Yeah.
We've seen it multiple times where sometimes we've never seen these rec teams before they make it to comp for some of the comp teams. And then they're like, man, we didn't know what to expect with them. Now you actually see that. So I don't know. The only thing that some people said that be careful of is poaching, or people trying to recruit players. So heads up with that.
It's an all-day showcase.
You already know that's pretty much what it is. The cameras will be out at all levels. We got Marcel out there. We got shots by Jonesy. We got field action media.
What'd you say, Jeremy? This is a 4TF tryout? Say less.
Always. We watching everybody. That's one of the main things about this league. You always got to be recruited, man.
Sure, you got to, man. That's how you show respect. I'll probably tell you that right now. Like I said, man, I was playing with Militia, and I did a lot of talking. It's with Alex, and people recruit all the time, bro. You go try to get a squad going, see what you could do.
You ain't lying.
Leave my team alone.
Hey, Joker's loyal, man. We hold it down. And one of the things though that
I think that was Memorial Day, wasn't it? No, that's not Memorial Day.
It seems the tournament almost feel like it's the end of the season. It almost seems like I don't even know what to expect after the tournament. You feel like this is this is like almost in game. So what I'm excited to see is just kind of like post tournament, bro. Like
How
what
the
the
team's going to
yeah,
respond off of that?
100%. Like it's a championship, right? And I'm basically almost basically playing for money at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So this is huge in us for these 4 teams, where like bringing high fire. But I'm
I
curious
mean, the
how
fact that you can
yeah,
either claim this as for the tournament, the mid Memorial Day tournament, or the next half off your next season. So
yep,
this is a great value where, hey, this could potentially help my team as well by us showing up early to do something else, not just this. And then you're
yeah,
not coming out of pocket.
yeah.
I think
100%.
it's encouraging the tournament atmosphere that I think Chicago's kind of going to.
It's a game changer.
Yes,
Like
sir.
it's 100% a game changer. And he said earlier, it's like even us being a 1 seed, it's like you can't slow down. There ain't no stop. As in the past, we were 1 seed last year, and it just seemed like we were just having fun and we just coasted. Like it almost got boring to the extent, right? And then now it's like, dude, don't 1 seed don't feel like a 1 seed. You got to ball every game. We got to come out and try to run up the score as much as possible. Like not knowing if we're gonna get knocked down or whatever the case may be. Like we got confidence, but we know like it ain't just about winning, you know what I'm saying? It's about winning and dominating. Like you gotta win, you gotta put up points, you gotta play
That's
defense.
true
Like
because some
yeah,
teams, especially even in elite, got knocked out of the tournament
yep.
because their point differential, but they had the same record. That's
Mhm.
where it made like, hey, my defense needs to show up, my offense needs to show up. And I think on both sides it kind of did. I mean, let's talk about your next wrecked game, which is the Rumple Pigs and Wild Boys. Wild Boys had multiple seasons where they've gone undefeated. They've had great teams. They're kind of here and there. They're always up there with everyone. And then you got Rumple Pigs, the newer team, and then both of their offenses have been there. Their defenses have been there. And then you don't really know what's going to come out from it.
Yeah.
I just feel like this season, especially, there's so much of unexpected turns that we're going to see. And I think even after the tournament, I don't know, because you never know who's going to finish off the season strong. Because we already know if you look at the lead standings, the lead standings are a little bit ahead because they played some more games already. But even their standings have shifted since those first 4 games, big time.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it's going to be challenging there. But Sammy, let's talk about your game. You got, your team going into this with Wild Boys, a veteran team. You guys, what is your guys' mindset? What's your strategy behind this game? And like, what is your guys' kind of input?
We don't know a lot about them. I texted a few of the captains in the league. I'm like, I need a scouting report. You need to let me know what these guys do just so we could prepare. Because again, being a new team, we need to out prepare and we need to out physical everybody. And from what I've heard about the Wild Boys is that they're very physical and that they're very prepared. So we're excited. Like I said, the in-season tournament wasn't something that we expected to be in. But we're here now. We'll see how we fare against the other undefeated teams. I know a lot of people had things to say in the is that the midget Alex West already talking. I haven't even met this guy already talking.
Yeah, welcome to the show, big
Yes,
dog.
I'm the 531 along with the other 19 and 20-year-old kids that are getting lucky on a week-to-week basis. But like I said, I mean, we'll see what happens. A lot of these teams have been in the league longer, have played a lot longer, but we are afraid of no one. We are intimidated by no one. If we go out there, get our ass whipped, we go out there, get our ass whipped, and we'll see you guys next week. If we go out there and win, we're going to keep the thing. So
I mean, that's a
kind
great
of
way to think about it.
that's honestly, but again, to make it very clear, we're not afraid of anybody. A lot of these teams have been in the league for several years, standing on our sidelines, shit talking us on our sidelines. Doesn't phase us. We're out there doing our thing. But again, we're intimidated by nobody. So we're excited. We're excited. I think we might look a little bit different tomorrow than people have seen. Hopefully it throws some people off. But like I said, we'll see what happens.
So, and you guys can say this in the comments too. I mean, after hearing, Sammy and then Kendrick and then seeing some of the comments, what's your guys' kind of predictions? Like, what's the overall vote? I know that it's going to be close. I think each game is going to be decided by a touchdown, is my feeling.
Yeah.
Each game, and that's my opinion. What do you guys say in the comments? You guys, I know that you have Des saying Jokers. How do you guys feel about Rumple Pigs Wild Boys? I mean, we know where you're at, Alex. We know that,
Big jokers.
I do
Yeah.
not.
Jokers all day.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, but I mean, I would tell Sam, man, the Wild Boys, man, they name speak for themselves. The boys is physical, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, we got to see one of y'all. I don't really, I don't. we gonna play regardless. But I think I got once I got Wild Boys. No disrespect to you, Sam. You seem like a nice guy.
I
I'm
got
gonna go with the long time experience against Rump, man. Wild
So-
Boys is in the cut. They don't get talked about for real. Like their players, like all this, they play with a chip on their shoulder every week, dog. They don't mess around.
Man, well, it looks like Field Action Media is picking the pigs to win it all.
Hey,
Hey.
hey,
from our perspective, man, our defense has kept us in games. We've only given up 6 or 12. Offense is still trying to make it work. So if our defense could keep us in games, hopefully we're in it late and see what happens. So
hey, your extra point team too, bro.
I'm 1 for like 6. I think we got to try something else. Although that was on
You get it blocked more often, man.
that little
It works
tip
out.
up in the air into the end zone. We'll take it. That was not by design, but we'll take it.
Well, man, good luck to both of you guys. And definitely, guys, we got the All-Star game following that championship rec game. So in between that All-Star game and the championship game, you will have the first 2 competitions of the skills challenge on the day, which is our big man dash and then our speed dash. I'm surprised that we don't have a lot of people that signed up for it. I'll be honest with you. I thought more bigger guys would. I think it has to do with the time, in my opinion. But right now, we got 9 guys signed up for that spring speed dash and 7 guys signed up for the big man dash. We got plenty of opening. You can still show up at the field and sign up right before. And we're only going to take the number that we have. So definitely, if you haven't yet, message me. Let's get you signed up for that big man dash and the spring speed dash. It's free, guys. Yeah, you don't want to blow a hamstring right before it all.
You never know. Got to get in to try it. Maybe some people
Yeah,
sign up at the field.
And I'll be honest with you,
Long
that's
day.
that is the ones that had the least signups. But I definitely think certain
You're right,
people
Des.
like
Corey should have been a ringer. Corey should have been in the last person, man.
Hey, man.
People sign up.
I was just happy people sign up. It's something new, something free we're doing, and then we're hoping to take it to the next level and moving forward from there. But
Team Red or Team Black is going to win that All-Star game in rec. What do you guys got?
Team Black, baby, come on,
Team
man.
Black. Okay.
Team Black, man. That man ain't ready for us, man.
Okay. All
There's
right.
a lot of
Coming
shit
out.
talk captains chat about the All-Star game too. It's very entertaining.
Oh my gosh.
I'll go with Team Black just because I don't even know who
Yes, sir.
Steve believes Frank is sabotaging his All-Star team. I shit you guys not. And these guys can validate this in the group
Hey,
chat.
100%.
Steve truly believes that Frank is sabotaging it.
He think Frank telling all militia not to play for Red.
Oh, man.
That shit is hilarious.
But,
They don't want to play for them because they want to play for Black, man. They seen the squad. They see how we look at. Black don't crack, man.
see, he even said he low key is. Look at this.
Look at him, Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
Steve, man. Look, my man Trail. Look, he know how we coming, man. It's Team Black. He over trying to take some of my players and all this other stuff, man. No mercy, man. Oh, Mark.
Dang, Mark came in vicious, man. Mark, hop on this show. Represent the Warriors a little bit. We're about to talk rec. Comp. We just talked rec. But no, dude, I'm excited to see this All-Star game. It's something new that we're doing. And I wanted to do it so that way we can have fun within our levels as well. Not all feeling like we're smushed together in an All-Star game against another league. So I'm excited to see the talents. Everyone's been asking for this type of style and this type of All-Star game. And I just hope everyone shows out at their own level because it's going to be interesting out there what happens. And I can't wait to watch it. Those jerseys are going to be pretty sweet as well.
Yeah, I like
he
the
got them.
Yeah.
He got them in, man.
I'm geek.
They're going to be sharp.
Let's get active, man.
Let's talk about the next game.
What about
All right. So the next one, we're going to get to comp. So if Mark hops on or not, we got Jason here, though. So let's talk about the first here in comp. We got the next level death row game at 12:30. You guys picked the beginning game. What's your guys' thought process going against death row? I know we talked a little bit about it already, but let's hear your perspective of the game plan.
Well, we want to get pressure. I think if we get pressure on them, they're gonna have a hard time handling it. As good of a QB as Marcus is, which he really is a very good QB, He just, I think, broke his foot like 6 months ago, so he's not 100% speed yet. He's not outrunning, our fastest D lineman. Like, we got some studs up front. So if we can get the pressure on him, get hands in passing lanes, ball get tipped, we think we can cause some turnovers off of like just getting pressure on him. Not because he's a bad quarterback, but because it's hard to throw when there's, two guys in your face.
That's true.
So, and we think we're going to be able to get home on that.
How are you guys feeling going into it on the sense of sorry, someone just joined. Who did you join? Oh shit. Okay, sorry.
Hey.
All right, Mark, we're gonna come back to you in a sec. Hold on. We gotta finish this thought.
Great timing.
Go ahead.
But Jason, what's your guys' on offensive side of the ball? Are you guys planning to run up that score and try to get out of there early so that way you can wait and watch the other team? Or are you guys gonna, or what's like your perspective? Because you guys have been scoring.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we want to score as many points as possible, but with how good they are, we're not gonna beat them 30-0. Like, as much as I'd like to say that's what's gonna happen, like that's a very hard thing to do against a good team like that. So, we think we're gonna win, and we don't think it's gonna be like, a nail biter, but at the same time, it's not gonna be a 30-point blowout like some of these games are.
Gotcha. And then, Mark, let's talk about your game, my guy.
Give me 1 second. Get your ass upstairs, boy.
Well, let's go. All right.
Sorry, got sidetracked.
You're good.
Get your little ass upstairs.
All right.
You say you talking to Steve?
I'm talking to Steve.
You was talking to Steve?
My fault. Steve trying to infiltrate my podcast. Steve over here trying to get out the cage,
Hell nah.
To be real, we're going to rally behind our defense this game. We're going to try something new offensively. We've been kind of stagnant the first few weeks. So we're going to rely heavily on our defense, who hasn't let up any points this season. So that's our game plan going into it. Basically, beat the shit out of them defensively.
So, I mean, you feel good about your game. Do you feel good that you'll be seeing next level in the championship game over Death Row, or do you feel like that game's going to come down to, like, what's name was saying, a couple pressures on the quarterback and who makes the right plays? I feel the next level is going to win that game, even though I think Death Row is a really good opponent. But I think next level's just been riding the hot streak. But what do you feel about that game?
If they come out swinging offensively in their first series, I got next level taking it all the way. If they turn it into a downhill battle, I think Death Row sneaks away.
Okay.
But if they can produce early on, I got next level taking it. Because they have been an offensive juggernaut, rallying behind their quarterback. So, I mean, they're just a crazy group.
Yeah.
But defensively, Death Row changed it up. I think with the addition of Ernest, their defense is looking pretty good. So it's going to be a big change out there from what Next Level seen the first time.
Okay. So not the same defense that they're going to see, but you still think same outcome is as long as Next Level starts out fast, they should be able to finish the game.
They start off fast, they finish. That's it.
Okay. Let's transition into your game. So you have the Dirty Birds, who we know very sneaky team, a team that can surprise every team in comp just by coming out on Sunday and playing their style of football. So what do you feel about coming against that kind of team? I know your defense is doing pretty well. You said it's let up no points, but how do you still feel against a team like Dirty Birds, who does kind of have an offense that they've been running for a while now, so they're pretty comfortable in it?
It's a savvy team. Their quarterback is very strong, very knowledgeable. So I'm expecting a ton of lineman dumps, a couple releases, and a very quick game against us. So as long as we can capitalize like we did against Old Timers, pick off a few of those lineman dumps, and we stay as aggressive as possible, we're going to come up on top. Not to say that they're a bad team. I'm not saying they're a bad team. I think I drafted fucking 5 of them for my all-star team, but they have an amazing quarterback. That's the difference between us and them right now.
Yeah.
We're still trying to find our quarterback, I should say.
And absolutely, they're a team too. Also, if you do,
Daniel's not the one.
Daniel hasn't been our quarterback for the last 3 seasons, maybe since Gio took over. He won 17 games straight. We came out a little slow, so I should say we're trying to find our identity at quarterback. Is what I should say.
Okay. Well, I was going to say about that
Fishing.
quarterback over there on Dirty Birds. They are a team that, if they do get the lead on you, they can kind of, run that clock down and make it kind
They're gonna
of hard
control
for
the
you
game.
to score. So, yeah, I think that's another game, like you were just saying, with next level. If you guys come out, really fast and on fire, you could run away with that game. But on the other time, if you start off slow and they kind of go up, that could be a slower game, and you're just trying to score at that point just to go up.
But I mean, the question they've always faced an attendance problem though.
That's
So
very true.
what team is going to be there?
Yeah.
That's going to be the biggest thing. What team do they have? Is he going to be able to hold the clock for 30 minutes this game like he usually does? Those are going to be factors.
100%.
I guess we have to be watching the scoreboard and see what happens.
You guys
Yeah, I
playing in
mean,
the middle of
it's
the
gonna.
game.
I believe it's gonna come down to leadership though. If we can call the right timeouts and get the clock stopped at the right situations, we can take away his control easily.
Yes.
We play the right coverages, we take away his offense. It's an offense that's kind of he's probably one of the last people to continue running it. Everybody's kind of transitioning to spread,
Yeah.
opening things up a bit more. He's kept it the same thing for I don't know how many years, but
Yeah.
it works though.
Yeah. Works for him.
Yeah, it does. It does, and they do it very well. It's just what group they're gonna have out there, who's gonna be in attendance, and what Warriors show up that day.
100%. I mean, all said and done, I think, we talk about what could happen, and that's every Sunday, but I do have you guys at next level in the championship for that game for comp. And I feel like that's going to be a dogfight. I believe you guys are the two top teams right now coming out of comp. You've proven week in, week out that you guys are at the top of the line. With that being said, and having you both on here, what do you guys feel is going to be the key for your team to win this game? I'll start with you, Mark, since you already were on here first, and I'll let next level go after you.
Like I said, if as long as we're keen defensively, I don't see us having a problem with this game. We want to focus on turnovers, and we want to focus on staying as aggressive as possible and taking some good risks.
Okay. All right, go ahead. What about you? What do you feel about next level? That's going to put you guys over the top for this championship game. What do you think is going to be the key here for you guys?
I think we're going to see Warriors, and I think I don't know how they score. I don't know how their new quarterback comes out. I don't know who he is. It's not Gio, not Daniel. I don't know who it is. I'm guessing they're gonna put someone that's fast back there, just to try to create a spark. But I think it comes down to quarterback play, and we've got the best quarterback in comp. So
okay, yeah, I mean he's been balling, sure. So there's nothing to really to argue against that. That's true. Do you feel that you guys, whatever quarterback they come out with, do you feel that your line is ready for whatever they see, your defensive line? Because like I said, I'm not necessarily worried about your offense. Your guys' offense have been together for a little bit. But what about that defensive line against the Warriors? Do you feel like they're going to give you a little bit of trouble at the offensive line, or what?
The Warriors' O-line is really good. When we were doing the All-Star draft, one of the first O-linemen I had on my board was Izzy, who I think is one of their tackles.
Yeah.
So,
very slow.
And I ended up with two other guys from their team that play O-line. So we know that that's one of their strong points, other than defense. Like their strong point of the offense is their O-line.
Right.
They give their quarterback time, but I think the strong point of our defense is our D-line, and I think we probably have the two fastest D linemen in comp, with Buck and MJ. So I don't know. I think their quarterback's gonna have a hard time outrunning those guys if he tries to get to the edge.
All right.
So you guys are expecting a scrambling quarterback?
100%, yeah.
Gotcha.
No, look at Mark trying to get some information right now.
I love the mystery factor of it.
Yeah.
Every week there's a new team either shooting a text or just a side comment, trying to know what we're doing the next week.
Well, so all
And
right, so let's piggyback off that. Do you feel, because you're saying you're trying to find your identity at quarterback here? So do you feel that might kind of trip you guys up trying to find that quarterback this weekend, or do you feel comfortable with whoever's going back there at quarterback is the answer?
I would say we got the answer. We have the answer.
Okay.
Whether it's a short term answer or a long term answer, that's the next question.
Okay.
So coming into this week, we got the answer.
All right.
So
I
like I
can't
said,
wait to
we're gonna
see.
take it
I'm
on.
excited to see who you guys come out with at the helm tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it on a week to week basis. We're gonna have some internal battles because fact of the matter is that we still got 4 more weeks to make a decision. Because in season matters, of course, but playoffs is where the bread and butter is at. No matter what, we could we could lose as many as we want to the next 4 weeks trying to find out the right person to move us forward and make the adjustment.
I like the way you're talking. I do. I think this is going to be a good game. Probably one of the games of the weekend too. So it's kind of I'm gonna be there to watch this game. I look forward to seeing you two, and if somebody upsets you guys, I look forward to seeing that as well. Because like I said, this is Sunday.
Appreciate it.
This is an awesome
Appreciate
week.
it.
It's a long day for Giuseppe. I feel bad. He put so much on his plate, but he does this because he loves the game. So I hope everybody appreciates this tomorrow and appreciates everything that he does. And let's have some fun. Like I said, Comp, you guys have been some of the talk around here. So I'm really excited to see what you guys do, for real.
Yeah, man, it's definitely going to be interesting. I mean, right before we have the All Star game for comp, we have 3 challenges going on as well. We have the Last Man Standing. We got the Elite All Star dot. No, that was a little bit ahead of my game. Best Hands, and then we got the Elite Target. So
Okay.
it's exactly how it sounds. Elite Target filled out. We have 10 out of 10 people. We got Matthew Sopper, Daniel A. from Warriors, Jeremiah Sanford from Energy, Des from New Wave, Brandon Holloway from Phantoms, Kendall Lawton 4TF, Dom A. from New Wave, Brett Phillips from Hammer, Marcus Edwards from 4TF, and Christopher Arnold from VGs. And then you got Best Hands, you got Johnny Hicks, Jay Bibbs, Ty M. Phantoms, Yanni from Bandits, Uno from 4TF, Julius C. from Old Times, Dontrell Adams from Venom, Jacob Anthony from Reapers, Sal from Warriors, Antonio W. from Reapers, Brandon Holloway again from Phantom, Sean O. from
A lot
Phantoms,
of good names so far. I
Henry
like
Lawton,
these.
Portia, Timothy from Energy, Marcel P. from Dinos, Christian Sanders from Midwest Bullies, O'Shea Hodges from 4TF, and then Pro from Reapers.
Nice.
And then
Good names.
for last man standing, you got the flag pullers. You got Justin Chache, Julius Octavius from Reapers, Raymond Castillo from Warriors, Brett Huber from Jokers, Kendall Lawton 4TF, John Henderson for 4TF, Tori
Damn.
Roach from Jokers,
A lot of
Christopher
this.
Arnold, and then Anthony McMath from Wolverines. And then the runners, you got Ty again from Phantoms, BJ, Corey Dalton, Dante G from Jokers, Cordell Smiley from Jokers, William Pierce from Warriors, Timothy from Energy, Charles Chapman from Black Mambas, Marcus Edwards from 4TF, and then Rob Wallace from Warriors, which there's a lot of good guys that stepped up from the lower levels that I say that I'm interested to see what they do.
Well, like anything, this is kind of the first for this kind of for you as well. So I think like anything, the first time it kind of people are testing the waters. We see how this goes. Next year, you run the same thing. You probably have a lot more names because there is a lot of names out there that you would love to see as the flag football world, especially in Northfield, that you would love to see those names up there, and you're just not. I do hear a lot of good names in every single.
Well, I'll be honest with you,
but we'll get more. We'll get more soon.
I'll be honest with you. What this is our trial base for making this into where each team, we have selections for not from teams directly. So this is the start to see if we're able to do this and we're able to make this go off without a bang, and then to incorporate it into our All Star Sunday where hey, now each team's going to be representative if they want to be representative. So it's going to be interesting to see. Okay, Sal said he's leaving. And then we have the All-Star game following that.
All right. Redbird's black again, right?
No, we have actually a shift there. You have silver.
So I like the silver. Who took the silver? Good choice. I like the silver.
So you
I
got
like.
Team Red versus
I'm going
Team
team silver
Silver.
because of that.
And who's Team Red over here?
Sorry, I did team red. I mean, I like team red, but team silver. I like those jerseys. So
Well, we have we have captains in the house right now.
yeah.
What are you guys feeling going into this All-Star game?
How y'all feeling about that? Okay, so you guys got the top teams in comp, and y'all running your all-star teams. Okay, let's talk some shit here.
Hey, yeah, I'm just saying. I think that the teams were very well drafted, and it's gonna be a fucking dogfight. We have all top offensive linemen, all top defensive linemen, two of the top quarterbacks, all of the top wide receivers. So, I mean, this shit's gonna be
Okay.
either it's gonna be fucking 100-point game or or zero. There's gonna be no in between.
Well, I hope it's back and forth. That would be fucking awesome, even if it's good.
That would be
defense.
amazing. We need that shit.
Yeah, we wanted to get some of the top receivers, which we did. I think we got Johnny Hicks from Warriors, who we had as one of the top guys. We got Tywan Smith from Next Level, who he's one of the top guys. Then we got Jason at quarterback. So I think it's gonna be a high scoring game, but you never know in the All-Star game.
I'm just curious to see how. Like, I feel like it's going to be crazy. I mean, because it's literally the players that you always wanted to draft in your division, and now you get that opportunity too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, it's all the guys I wanted to recruit this whole time. Finally got them.
Mark over here, Mark's recruiting, smart man.
Dude, Mark,
got a fucking notepad.
I'll say
ready.
Danny and Mark were like very, very, very ready for this draft, and same with Kendrick and Jason. I mean, like these guys, and I give them credit for these drafts because they did, they made the vision come to life. But they actually went out, they hit up the captains, they try to get a hold of as many people as they can. I definitely think the comp level all-star captains, even rec, I feel like our elite slacked a little bit when it came to the drafting, but our rec and comp,
You said
they
it.
went all
You
out.
said it.
I'll say it. I feel like they were a little weak with the drafting. I feel like if they did, they can't. But I feel like
I feel like
comp
there was
really
a lot of friends pick instead of more strategy and trying to win the game. Let me ask you guys from comp is how you guys picked your teams. Obviously the best players, but did you put kind of a strategy of how you were going to have these guys playing the game because you have so many guys, right? Obviously you're not going to be able to get that many plays in with all these guys, right? So you got to kind of sub in, sub out. How did you pick your teams on that? Did you pick your teams on, we might have some problems in subbing, or you just like, I'm picking the best team I possibly can?
First time I told like my team the day, like, because we got a group chat together with all 30 guys. I told them that day, I'm like, look, no one's gonna get much playing time because we got 30 guys to get in the game. Like, and 30 guys for a season is because you got guys not showing up and stuff. But for an all-star game, like one game getting 30 guys in, you're just not gonna get a lot of play time. So they were all okay with that. And then for the draft process, it was like I just looked at what positions I valued most and then tried to get the best guy at that position.
So you already got your starting lineup?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Mark,
can we hear it?
How about you, buddy?
I got mine.
Okay.
I'm not airing mine out though. I'm not airing my starting lineup.
Kendrick, do you got yours?
I don't got starting lineup. To be honest, I was going to see who showed up to make sure because I know there were people that communicated with me to let me know that they weren't going. But again, I did reach out to basically everyone, so I got to know who's not going to be there. I'm just going to confirm. Got to see if people going to stick around and play if they take an L in the season tournament. So
you ain't lying. There's going to be a lot of people who
That's
leave.
the toughest thing is attendance. We had a lot of guys drop off last minute.
Yeah,
and that's
30
turned to 22.
That's why we draft 30 though.
Hey, exactly.
Sure.
Look the way
I learned that the hard way versus TFL. That's all I gotta say.
Look, I drafted two styles. I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go out there.
Okay.
We're gonna try some.
Now, are you gonna be playing or are you gonna be coaching?
It depends on how my body feeling. I'm the old one on the team. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I got 2 guaranteed games, but if I'm feeling decent, I go out there and get jiggy. But for the most part, like I'll coach my life where I'm a coach in real life. So I got something whipped up.
Alex said if you guys lose, he ain't playing.
Oh my god.
I know this happened with Mark too. Mark's first overall pick is out, and my second overall pick is out from the.
Yeah, it's
That's what
crazy.
happened to me too.
Yeah.
Basically, red and black. All right, their first pick is out. My second pick was out, which is fine because I literally just like that's how I kind of
I
drafted.
texted everyone before I drafted just to make sure, like, you're gonna show the fuck up because I
Yeah,
didn't want to waste a pick on you. But that first guy I picked up is the only guy I couldn't get a hold of and took a risk on. But everyone else, I think I talked to for the most part. But
who's your first pick?
fuck,
Liskey.
Liskey, yeah.
Yeah, and mine was J Mac.
So we both got fucked, but it is what it is.
That sucks.
Yeah, I got to figure out a better way to maybe like send out the form like the week before instead.
Nah,
of,
it wasn't horrible.
I just figured like everyone has to sign the waiver. Might as well say
Yeah.
yes or no to the day.
Nah, for sure. And splitting up the levels and drafting at per level was probably the better way to do it anyway, because it made it go by so much smoother.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take out maybe next year though and be like it's yes or no.
Yeah, you gotta do
100%.
this. Maybe is
Because I did a maybe and that kind of threw off the draft picks as well. So
a lot of these fucking grown motherfuckers have no sense of time, no sense of fucking planning either.
I mean, we've advertised the timeline.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Fuck, not only are they broke, they can't fucking tell
It
time.
don't matter.
It's the
You
worst.
can put
thing.
that shit
Hey,
out.
all I gotta say is shout outs to this though. Shout out to Rob from Positivity making the affordable
Yes.
the jerseys affordable for this All-Star game. Because all you know that price that the guys paid for their jersey is not a typical price.
Yeah.
So they
Believe
shout
me,
out
I
to
just
him.
ordered 2 sets from him, and I seen that $15 price point. I wanted to return that shit.
Yeah, so he's looking out for the league. He believes in the league. He's going to be out there with us all day as well. So Rob's going to be out there. He's going to be selling the event shirts. You have the tournament shirt, and then you have the event shirt. We have limited supplies. We're also you can also buy additional stuff if you want to pre-order, like your own custom jersey if you didn't get one, or even more event shirts and all that fun
That's
stuff, and all the
awesome.
other Northfield gear that you can purchase from us. So it's going to be
Shout out
our
to
first pop-up shop. Yep. Mark said, "Go and rob his ass."
Hey, I will tell y'all this though. I drafted a kicker. I will be kicking field goals in this game.
Oh shit!
I
the hell
drafted a
of
kicker
it.
too. Yeah, I
I'm
drafted
I
a
got some
kicker too.
kickers too.
I don't
Okay,
give a fuck
good.
about y'all
I don't
rules.
Kickers are
A
important.
single kicker was drafted in elite.
I don't, not one, right?
Yeah,
And there's so many good kickers too. Spartan's kicker. How do you fucking kick a 50-yarder and then not get picked up?
I think he
Dude,
did.
that's
I think
crazy.
he's the only kicker that actually made the roster. I believe.
Fucking Phantoms
did.
got kickers. Who else? Every
Yeah,
fucking
they
team got
didn't
kickers.
make it.
Besides
They
Fortier.
did really like
Fortier's
Fortier.
kicker sucks.
Yeah, it's
Well,
huge.
No.
speaking,
Adam sucks. Adam sucks.
Adam does not suck.
We'll say it out
Adam,
loud.
don't listen to
Adam
him.
sucks.
Okay, he loves you deep down.
well, let's talk about elite real quick. You guys can chime in.
Nah, thank you, fellas. I gotta hop off.
All right,
Mark,
thanks,
good luck
Mark.
tomorrow, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, we got New Wave versus 4TF, the match that everyone talks about, the drama that's been going with it. What's up, Jeremy? Are you guys going to be betting? What is the real factor here? Because I heard that no bet, no money.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, I'm a little disappointed,
know
Jeremy.
that-
I ain't gonna lie.
What's up?
I'm a little disappointed, man. I was expecting last week's episode caliber stuff today.
I know
That's why I hopped
no,
on.
nobody in the league jumped on. It's been very, very quiet.
Yeah.
I think everyone is just so zoned in.
I was
Like last
so
time I
hey,
seen this,
Alex, they might
last
try
time we
to
seen
do
it like this.
that dick riding, dog. Don't do that, man. Don't do that, bro. You've been putting up weight
That
for a
game
while. Though.
is
So I
at
say
5
you've been
o'clock.
at least doing it for a while. That's a long time. But
o'clock.
no, that's gonna be a fucking matchup right there, right? Two top
Wait,
teams.
what time is the game?
That game is at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 o'clock. So yes, stay after. Wait. I know it might rain a little bit, but man, it's gonna be
Hey man, if you guys don't head over the sneakers, watch the live stream, then come back over.
I know
Because sneakers.
I know the
Sneakers be
drafting
packed.
of Elite wasn't too hot, but these games are going to be very, very hot, man.
I still think the League All-Star game is going to be crazy.
It's going to
I
be
think
crazy
they're
because you
gonna
got all the talent right there. I mean, all the All-Star games are going to be fun to watch. But we won't, get past this in Elite. But I got to say these playing games are going to be fun. These are some good matchups. We're ready for New Wave. We've been ready for New Wave. They know it. We know it. There hasn't been much talking. And I'm okay with that. The betting wise, Rose said come with money to the middle, so I don't know what's going to happen there. I think New Wave needs betting, to maybe make them play up to caliber. I don't know. We don't need to worry about them because we are playing up to caliber. Actually, below what we feel like we should be playing. We're getting better. Offense is getting better. Defense is running at top notch, and it's going to be scary for Dom in that offense. So we'll see what happens. I do have us coming out on top. If I said anything less, you might want to check my temperature. I might be sick. So it's 4TF all the way in that first game. You guys can talk about it if you want, but that's my pick.
Have you guys played recently?
Yeah, we
Or do you
just
have an-
played. We just played 2 weeks ago and beat them.
And beat them.
Yeah, Bill,
That's what
that
I
D
just
line is no joke, man. Fast, and then you got that D line, and then you have the DBs behind that we do. Oh, it's a wrap sometimes. But like I said, Dom's a good quarterback over there. New Wave is not a new team; they've been around, so I know they've been talking, they've been studying, they've been trying to put it together because they just, like I said, that offense hasn't been really doing much that I feel like they have been in the past couple seasons. So that's kind of, I feel like their crutch right now. We'll see what it is. That defense is still solid. It's a good team. Always will be in Northfield Elite, any week. But I got us coming out on top. And then that next game, I'm kind of, I'm itching to see who's going to win that game. And that's going to be a good game. But yeah, I ain't worried.
No, I hear you, man. And then let's talk about the next game. We got VGs versus Hammer. That's another great matchup. They saw each other already this season. I think the first two games are going to be great. I don't really know who's going to get it into the ship. I think it's a toss up for both games based on everyone's been playing.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't predict. I can't predict the championship game. I think it would be hard. I mean, VGs are running that high right now, no doubt. They've already beaten Hammer this season.
So VG is running, I guess you could say, but they just lost. So they lost to New Wave, right? And then they just lost to Phantoms. So those are two losses. And Phantoms was kind of struggling a little bit too. So that was a good win for Phantoms and kind of a bad loss for VGs too, right? But still, VGs is a solid team. They're always going to be there. Offense is very solid. It's what they do. Defense will give if anybody fits. So you have a team right there that's flying, pretty well. Kind of little stumble here and there, but still top team. Then you have Hammer, who's stumbled into the tournament. Still a strong team, right? Can't overlook them. A team that's going to come out there and ball. They have Tap there, and Tap is a very good quarterback. They also have the young in there, young Brett. He can come in and do some things too. But unfortunately, if you're going against VGs and you have Brett, I believe that's your downfall. If you have Tap against VGs, his old team, that's more of a better game, I believe. And then if that's the case, that's going to be a tough matchup. How does Hammer's defense stop VG's offense? That'll be the outcome and the answer to that game. If they can't stop it, VG's wins. If they can stop Vince in that offense, Hammer takes over that game and they win. So that's what it comes down to me. I'm gonna go on a limb, right? I'll pick VGs if I had to pick. If you're giving me a pick, I'm picking VGs. But I would not be surprised if Hammer pulls it off if they can stop that offense.
I guess we'll just have to see there. Because I don't know. I think it's going to go either way. It's hard to pick these championships. I think we have really good football that we're going to see tomorrow. I think the comments are right. You guys are right. Depends on which team shows up. Simple as that.
Yeah.
It's any given Sunday. You never know what happens. We'll just see.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the next. You got that dodgeball following the championship game right there.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting.
You have dodgeball after the championship game before the All-Star game? How long is this dodgeball game?
So the dodgeball games are very quick. So it's best out of 3. It's timed. And then let me go to my notes.
I believe I just see you running around trying to make sure that all this time lines up.
Yeah. I have someone working the camera in the box, so I don't.
Okay.
So I was smart about this one.
You'll be able to show the sideline. Well, you have, you usually run 3 different fields, right? Now you're running one,
everywhere,
so it should be easier for you.
Theoretically, but that's why you put someone at the camera so you make it easier for yourself. Because if I had, you know how it is, like Memorial Day, when I'm running camera, someone has to fill in for me, so me to go do other things, X, Y, and Z. But we got, depending on the final number amount, we're going to split the teams into two. We're going to do a quick draft pick. We're going to do, it's 2-minute and 30-second matches. So we're going to put it on the scoreboard, and we'll say, all right, dodgeball. You're going to have the dodgeballs in the middle. We're going to, all of our helpers, everyone's going to kind of be on the outskirts of the dodgeball. And as we got the balls, we're just going to try to throw them back in. My goal is to do this in the middle of the field on the rows between the 40s. If not, we're going to pivot to the side. We'll try to put the soccer nets. I just didn't want to bring all the soccer nets to the middle. So we're going to have some people trying to make sure the balls stay in. And then we're doing 6 dodgeballs. So 3 of them are the big red ones. And then we have 3 other ones that are multicolored that if they catch a red one, you can actually bring a player back in. So the way you round is you either eliminate all the players within the 2 minutes and 30 seconds, or you simply just have the most players.
For sure.
That's simple as that. It was getting weird. But besides that, that was the last one of the night. I mean, that, and then we finish off with our All-Star game for the elite. It's going to be
I haven't
interesting to see.
seen the rosters for the All-Star game, so I can't really tell who's going to win this one. But
Yeah, we've been kind of keeping, because my thing is here, the rosters are always the rosters. So
well, so I'm gonna go.
I just
I'm gonna
think
go
they're all
red.
locked in.
I said I'm only gonna go red because I picked black first game. I picked silver or gray second game, and I'm gonna go red third All-Star game.
All right, well, there you have it. Red. Dude, it's going to be a long day tomorrow.
Yes.
We just want to jump on, talk some football real quick tonight, guys. We knew what type of, show it was going to be going into. We just wanted to make sure we hit it. But it was appreciate everyone coming on tonight. We're not going to talk too much because we're going to be talking a lot tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna
And I guess
get
that's
some sideline some footage. From
So
sidelines.
we'll have some setups on the side where you can take, where we'll be live with me and Jeremy or whoever it is.
I'll be
and
walking.
We'll be doing that
some in-game conversations with some of y'all, seeing how.
And we're going to be seeing that throughout the day.
100%.
Not even just Jeremy, but with me, with other people as well. And it's going to be a fun day, and you're going to see me pop on a lot. But we're going to have cameras kind of going. We have the photography. Hopefully the rain holds off. And I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow. It's just, I think everyone's just at this point where we've talked enough. It just needs to happen.
100%. And before we leave here, appreciate you giving us this opportunity. I think this is going to be fun. And would be surprised if you don't see a lot of these coming from other leagues, or at least taking some kind of ideas and kind of building off this. So everybody, good luck tomorrow. Have fun. Be safe as always. Shouts out to the other leagues. Good luck for you guys going there. Be safe as always. And, hey, let's ball out, guys.
Hey, see everyone tomorrow morning. We'll be live first thing, 8 a.m.